anyway, so for you Libras, you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, and you have the Sun card. I'm looking at these cards, Libra. Let's get into it. So you Libras are actually getting to know somebody right now, recently, right? A lot of you Libras are not wasting too much time. You know, Libras got riz. You know, Libras can pretty much pick somebody up, get to know them, see what they are about. You know, for whatever reason, Libras got it like that, right? Y'all are ruled by Venus, right? The planet of love. So you're now getting to know somebody, you know, literally, right? Soon as I made that video, boom, you probably already in the process of getting to know somebody, right? Exchanging numbers. Anyway, you're waiting to see if these people actually have any kind of real value, because the Ace of Pentacles and the Fool represents you Libras putting yourselves out there, right? To actually get to know others. And you're really hoping, I'm getting ahead of myself. This person seems to be showing you some really good signs as of right now, okay? And they're showing you a lot of interest. It doesn't seem like you have to do so much, putting in so much work. It seems like you Libras are actually getting to know them, and you're putting in an effort, they're putting in an effort, and it really is a two-way street as opposed to it being a one-way street. So the Ace of Pentacles and the Fool represents that, you know, if things don't really work out, then you can always just pretty much go find somebody else, go talk to somebody else, right? That's the beauty of dating. That's the beauty of talking to somebody, right? That's the beauty of it. It's the fact that no matter how much value a person thinks that they have, you know, this is why I say everybody got to get humbled down to a certain extent. But this is why no matter how important somebody thinks that they are, someone can always just go talk to somebody else, right? Person doesn't have to deal with anyone that they don't want to. They really don't. They could just stop talking to the person and go off and go talk to somebody else. And that's exactly what it is that you Libras have done. The Fool represents that, you know, the exes, they really acted like they were stupid, right? Thinking that you would never be able to replace them, when they haven't really shown you Libras anything that would warrant that type of mentality, right? Like, what would get you Libras to think that what they are bringing to the table is so valuable that you Libras would be stupid to leave? You didn't see a whole lot of uniqueness from them in the first place. They were actually quite bland. They were actually quite cookie cutter, you know. You Libras have dealt with hood rats before. And what I mean when I say hood rats, I'm talking about either side. It's not to say that you Libras haven't dealt with hood rats before. So it's like what they think that they were bringing to the table is meh, right? Like whatever they think that they're bringing to the table is not actually really existent. Now the Star card and the Queen of Swords represents you're very much so prepared for both. You Libras are hoping that things will work out with the person and people that you're trying to get to know. But if it doesn't, then you're able to walk away, right? It's not going to be the end of the world. You're not going to sit there and allow the person to pick at you, because that's another thing too. Like, you Libras are kind of like Virgos in the sense that when you don't understand your self-worth and you still kind of playing the game a little bit, you allow people that you accept to kind of pick at you, to kind of pick at your own value and make you overly self-conscious or insecure, right? To the point where it's like, what I'm trying to say is that you allow them to stress you out. Like, you'll be in a relationship with somebody, try to get to know the person, and like you will allow the person to get you stressed. You know, a friend of mine, I'm not even going to say the person's name, but like a friend of mine was telling me about how the person that, you know, she was dating was stressing her out. And I was like, well, why you, again, I'm not even going to get too much into it, right? Because I respect that person's time. But I was like, well, why are you gonna allow the person to stress you out like this for? And like me and her kind of kind of broke out, in a laugh a little bit, because I was like, well, why would you do that? And I've noticed that, Libras, knowing a lot of y'all, Lil Jodeci is a Libra. I mess with Lil Jodeci, for all those people who don't know. Me and her cool. At least I still think, though, she's still locked up. But a lot of y'all allow people like friends and family and love interests to kind of mess with y'all a little bit and bring y'all down. And I've noticed that quite a lot, because for some odd reason, I'm getting, especially since TikTok, I'm getting to know a lot of Libras, and a lot of y'all will allow people to really do things to y'all, kind of ruin y'all a little bit. And that ain't cool. I don't think you Libras, if you ask me, should allow yourselves to just be kind of like disrespected and torn apart like that. If you ask me, you Libras should, I got a lot of love for Libra. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm a bash y'all or whatever the case may be. I got a lot of love for Libra. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of love, and I got a lot of love for all the zodiac signs, especially, so I'm not gonna sit up over here and allow y'all to get whipped and, brutalized and disrespected just because the Queen of Cups is about, you gotta learn to respect yourselves. And you are learning that. You are learning that. The Eight of Pentacles and the Emperor, yes. Emperor is Aries, opposite zodiac sign, Eight of Pentacles. Yes, you are learning to actually sit in your power. You're learning that if a person gonna stress you out, they're not worth it. I'm not saying that every now and again you and the person don't get into a disagreement. Of course, that's gonna cause a little stress. But I'm talking about if the person is going out of their way to stress you out, then it's not worth it, right? You chasing, it's not worth it. Right? The person, you talking to the person, and the person is like, it just seems like every day or often they're on go. It's not worth it. I definitely see that a lot of you Libras are learning from your mistakes, and a lot of you are like, hey, if the person isn't a good match, I just see a lot of you Libras being like, hey, if it don't work, it don't work. If they're stressing you out or making it a point every day to get you stressed, you got other things going on. Here they are getting on your nerves, talking, wilding out. I just see a lot of you Libras are going to be like, they got to go. It is not worth it. Check you Libras out. Check y'all Libras out. Check y'all out. Let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles. Queen of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, oh, Knight of Swords, then you have the Lovers, oh, Nine of Pentacles, oh, Queen of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, because you've been down this road before and you don't want to keep repeating the same mistakes that you've made. You know what it looks like when somebody is stressing you out and getting you on your nerves. You don't want to do that because it's nothing productive. The two of you are not getting into a disagreement to come to a conclusion. With a person who's worrisome like that, they're just going to come back. They're just going to come back with another problem. So a lot of you Libras are learning that, you're learning that if a person, you're learning the differences between if a person is talking to you to get to a point, right, and they have a problem, or if they're talking to you because they like creating unnecessary stress. And the Knight of Swords and the Lovers now is about how, and if a person can't get down with that, if they can't really match that mentality, where they're productive, where they are functional, a lot of you Libras are not going to waste y'all time. Okay? If they're serious and they really want to get something started, come holler at you, Libras. But if they're not, because a lot of you Libras are learning to understand to not waste y'all time, messing around with somebody that don't really wants to get to a point. I've stopped talking to people because of that. There's been times where I've messed with people or trying to get to know them, and I've stopped talking to them because every single day, they're hitting my hotline up. Every single day, they're texting my phone or calling me, and like they don't know how to give me space. They don't know how to respect my space when I told them a couple of times, give me some space. You ain't gotta call me every day. Just things like that. As I'm telling them what's happening, right? And then on top of that, they want to have an overabundance of knowing what I done did today. What you done did today? Handle my business. What you talking about? Handle my business. What do you mean? I'm not messing around with anybody else as of right now, if that's what it is that you think. I got other things to do, and that's just not on my mind right now. Now it's the attitude. It's too much of a problem and not enough solutions. It's like you can't just okay, first and foremost, you're calling me up every day, but you know what I'm saying? Like you can't call me to just have a cool conversation or whatnot. And if you want to know the answer to a question, just ask me if I'm smashing somebody else. And I'll give you an answer, and we'll have a discussion, and we'll put that worry to sleep, or whatever the case may be or whatnot. Am I attracting other people? Yeah, other people are attracted to me. Doesn't mean that I'm smashing them. Not necessarily. So, but because the person is wilding out, too many problems. Same thing with you Libras, too many problems. 9 of Pentacles, and one thing that you're not doing too, and I'm proud of you Libras for, is that a lot of you Libras are not stopping your life for them. And what I mean by that is, you're not going to allow someone to triangulate you. Them be the cornerstone of everything that you're doing. Every time you want to do something, they got a problem with your autonomy. You got to check in with them first, like they're, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not doing that. That's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. There's a link in the comment section below called a Linktree link. Click on it, right? It will redirect you to a website where there's ways to get a personal reading from me, a birth chart reading, as well as the books that I have that are on Amazon. Peace, y'all. Have a good one.